Hey everybody, this is Meredith Harris with Remax of Orange Beach. And as I put out on my blog earlier, a little teaser of the fabulous Jordan Bodenhammer that I'm going to sit down and talk with today. We're just going to do a real quick interview. Jordan's family's been in the rental management business for over 50 years with Young Suncoast Realty. And so, as we're looking towards spring selling season and, towards investors who may be looking in our market, I wanted to kind of ask her to break down just a few things and a few reasons why a house or a condo would make a good investment. Like as we're looking on the front end at property and when I'm taking clients around, when we're trying to figure out what would make the best rental property. So I thought if you've got a few ideas based on your many years of experience,
Sure.
what are a few things that make a rental property fabulous?
I would say that the first thing truly is going to be the longevity of how long you can book the property. Long-term rentals will do fine in this area, but short-term vacation rentals is where you're going to have the impact in the revenue area. So minimum length of stay is important, price point's important, but also view, location, amenities, as well as upkeep and price points. Pricing strategies are probably the biggest thing you need to be focusing on in this particular current market for our destination. That's going to have the impact to allow you to garner the reservations in the shoulder seasons, which is going to offset those price points and ensure that your property is generating, 10,000 more, 20,000 more than some of the other properties.
Okay, so when you say pricing strategies, you mean, daily rates and things
Absolutely.
that because
Dynamic pricing.
Dynamic pricing. Okay, so we're in a bit of a, I don't want to say use the R word. We're not in a recession, but times are hard for everybody. Everybody's
Absolutely.
struggling, so people aren't maybe vacationing for as long a period of time as they
Exactly.
normally would, and they're looking for something that they can afford. Get their family out of town. So the rates make a difference.
Rates absolutely make a difference. Wherever you're planning on purchasing into, you need to check that HOA to see if they have restrictions on how long your visitors can stay. If there's a 2-week restriction, it's probably not going to be as fruitful for you. If it's a month-to-month restriction, if it's even a 7-night restriction, in this particular travel market, that actually can hinder the bookability and the revenue in the long run. So once you get to about 60 days prior to a check-in date, you might start seeing that those minimum lengths of stay, if your HOA allows it, you need to bring it down, maybe 4 nights, maybe 5 nights. The average traveler just doesn't have the capacity due to schedules or finances. They're not really coming down for a full 7 nights anyway, and especially not Saturday to Saturday. You're looking at 3-night bookings, you're looking at 4 to 5-night bookings. Those are pretty standard for what we are seeing in our local destinations travel market.
And that's such a change from like when we were growing up. Everybody took that week vacation. Like that was just what you
Absolutely.
did, the 7 days, Saturday to Saturday. So that's one thing. So then we talk about you mentioned location,
Absolutely.
and
We're at the beach.
Yeah.
The beach is always, people are always going to travel to the beach. They're absolutely going to come. The price points may fluctuate. They may change if they've been renting a penthouse or a home. Maybe the price point, or 4-bedroom penthouse, maybe now they're squeezing into 3 or 2 bedrooms, but they're still coming. People are absolutely taking their vacations. But whether you're managing it yourself, the investment, or with a rental company, you need to be absolutely aware, involved, and have a grassroots understanding of what is going to produce in the challenges of our current market.
so obviously we know Gulf Front with the Gulf views all day long.
And a
But
pool.
but I've got some listings right now that I think are also fabulous. They're not on the beach; they're little houses, beach cottages.
Absolutely.
But you mentioned to me earlier, a view matters, and some of these have views of like sand dunes and state park,
Absolutely.
nature preserve land,
And that's
and I
a
wonder
coveted view,
does that help?
actually. It does nowadays. COVID actually changed the landscape of what people expected when they came to our area. There was such a demand for travel after they lifted the ban on the beaches that you saw people just coming in droves. And that coupled with, that happened right about the time Sally happened, September 16th. And the occupancy in our area dissipated also because a lot of properties were out of the rental game. So you saw revenues just blow up.
Yeah, I'd like to go back
Absolutely.
to then. I know you would too.
Absolutely. But if something to also take into consideration is the simple fact that compared to this exact same time last year, there are 800 more properties in Gulf Shores that are up for rent right now. So you're competing with the demand and the availability. So you're seeing occupancy. It's not that it's no longer a hot destination. We're
There's
still
just
a
more,
very hot
just
destination.
a lot of options.
Absolutely. In just 1 year span, 800 more.
Well, so that brings me back into the next point, the interior of the place that you buy.
Yes.
You know, how does it look? How does it present to people who come for a vacation? Because, you know, when I'm guilty of it. If I go on vacation somewhere and the hotel room or the house or the Airbnb is not nice and it's not clean and it's not updated, I won't go back again.
Right. People want to stay in something equally as good or better than what they have at home.
Right.
So the internet changed the landscape of how people book as well. A long time ago, people just wanted the beach and they were happy and they were grateful to be here, and they would call and make a booking and it didn't matter. They'd just come down and have a good time. Then the internet comes along and now you can compare your property to literally every single one here, and there are tons of them. So photos matter. The way the property is showcased matters. What sets yours apart from the other 15 million properties along the coast?
So, you know, not only nice furniture and good decorations, but also, you know, I've seen houses that have like arcades in them or cornhole downstairs or just the extra.
People want bragging rights these days too. Let's get honest. People want to book something grand, take the pictures while they're there, show it and share it on social media. It's true. People want the bragging rights. They want the luxury, and we're happy to give it to them, but you can't do that unless the owner is willing to reinvest back into their property. If you have a beautiful, high-producing property that is coveted and people want to book it, that's fabulous. But then there's wear and tear. Those same repeat renters might start to see the decline of the property and choose to book elsewhere. So I think it's very important not only to buy in a great spot, but at the same time, you have to be prepared to keep reinvesting back into your property. Not a tremendous amount, but you have got to stay relevant.
Just keep the paint
and a
fresh.
notch above.
Make sure the furniture's not worn out.
There's just so many options in our area that people will seek another if there's one small thing that maybe just didn't set right with them the last time they stayed there.
Well, it's the story of the universe. Beauty sells. And when we list properties, we tell people beauty sells. So just keep your place looking nice and updated, and you should be able to keep rentals going for a while.
Absolutely. People are always going to travel to the beach. We will always have appreciation to our property's values in the area. So it's a beautiful thing. Get in and buy now. And then
yes, buy early, buy
absolutely.
often.
And then educate yourself. You're always welcome to call me anytime. I'm a resource. Just happy to share the knowledge. I think that's the most important thing. We want you buying in our area. We want you traveling to our area. Y'all help us feed our families.
Yes, very much so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we love you coming here, and we want to be an advocate and help you make the best decisions.
Well, and most importantly, Jordan's job is to keep your place rented, and she can't do it unless you pick, you know, the right place on the front end, equip it correctly on the front end, and then keep it looking nice for years to come. So,
absolutely. And it's a partnership. When you partner with a vacation rental company, it is a true partnership. We are nothing without you, and our expertise is going to help ensure that your investment produces at those top tier numbers.
well, Jordan, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. And if we ever have any questions, we know who to call as the subject matter expert. So thank you so much.
Thank you. This was fun.
Yeah, and we'll see you another time.